What is happening, everybody? How y'all people doing up in here today? I turned off the chat for a minute, and I looked and I have 51 replies. Holy crap. Let me go back and look and see what's going on over there. What is happening? Oops, sorry for the echo. But, yeah, so I'm here. Hope everybody's having a good time. Watch RC Air Marshal's show. Cool seeing him and Ryan on there talking about cars and a whole bunch of other stuff. And again, if you guys haven't heard, pretty sad news about that, the pilot that died in the in the crash yesterday. So yeah, RIP to the pilot, or I think it was just a crew member. It was a PR person, but pretty sad either way. Very sad to hear that. But we're gonna get the show started here in a little bit. Sorry if you hear a whole bunch of birds. I'm not outside, but I have my door open. There's lots of birds. Very happy to be out eating food I put out for them. But anyway, I'm going to be talking about a couple things tonight. Thank you guys for coming, number one. I see a lot of people in here already. It's cool to see everybody here, 34. Please like and subscribe. And I wanted to bring up some things about the giveaway I've got going on. There's a giveaway that I have planned for exactly a week from today. So let me get this stuff set up here. Put that in its place. So there's the giveaway info there, but I want you guys to make sure that you get into this chat. I think most people in here now have a wrench. I've seen some people. What's up, Kenny? I'm going to turn my camera on here in a second, John T. Not yet. I'm still trying to get stuff organized. I don't want everybody looking at me run around doing stuff, but I will be here. So let's turn the cam on now. I think it's okay. So I might have to turn it off again when I get my stuff out. So there's my shiny head because there's a light on. But there's the giveaway info. Most important thing is I want you guys to be a moderator here. So that means that you've been here on the stream. It means that you've looked. You've chatted with me. I know who you are. You're not just some random person. I want this to go to somebody. I want things to go to somebody that I know, or somebody that we talk with here on the stream. Trying to keep up with the chat. You guys are going crazy today, which is cool. Nice to see everybody chatting. You got almost 40 people in here. Remember to hit that like button for me, guys. The thumbs up. I don't know if any of you guys follow Facebook, but there's unfortunately a wee bit of drama today, but thankfully it was all taken care of. Who is not really me? Who you be not really me? Don't recognize that name. What's up, Kevin Trappin, Wild Bill, Mike Keller, EQRC, Spencer Keith, John T from all the way over in New Zealand. Howdy, howdy. Madhouse 740. Wow, 40 people. This is cool, guys. Thanks for coming by. Channel 6 Flaps, what's up? Dennis Farley, Randy, Jerry Wilfong, Pilot Ryan, thanks for coming by, my friend, especially after being on that stream. Now you're going to come hang out with me. I appreciate that. Joe Pellegrino, what's up? Matthew Skilowalski. And I see that you got some servos that showed up. Great. Again, as I was saying, guys, take a look at the info on the screen about the giveaway, but I'm trying to give some shout outs first. William Murgado, what's up? Furball, what's up? Robert Ortleap, how you doing? I just got here. I see you're here. Who else? Not really me. Okay, so I guess not really me is going to be getting a wrench. So cool. as I said, thanks for hanging out, guys. So I'm handing out wrenches again. So as I said too, my show's pretty late for you guys on the East Coast. So I understand that there's still some kids that are in school. Ken Sprouse, howdy, you just got a wrench. King Amazing Video Games. I don't know who you are, but I've seen you here twice. You're getting a wrench. Don't abuse it, my friend. And let's see here, who else? So cool, we got a good amount of people. So as I said, my stream's late. So it's for people on the East Coast or in the other time zones. So there are a couple kids that are on here. So when it comes to the giveaway time, if you guys can't be here, I understand because you're younger and you have to go to bed, do what your parents say, and get ready for school, whatever, blah, blah, blah. So you guys are the only ones that are exempt from having to be present the day of the drawing. But other than that, everybody else has to be. If you're not here, we move to the next person. So I hope that's all clear. I'm going to have to figure out how we're going to do this. Most likely it's just going to be a drawing. I'll look at the chats and look at the people who were here. And then write people's names down and then put them in some sort of randomizer or do it myself. And then we'll do a drawing. So I don't know if you guys knew what I was going to put out there. If I did a video over the weekend to show what I'm going to be putting in, but I'll just go over it again just so you know. It's going to be, number one is going to be an E-Flight Ultrix, which is one of those cool little UMX planes. And I got that from, what's his name, from GB Linden's Amazon store. So I wanted to support him. You know, I always want to support people that are always doing stuff in the community. He's one of those guys. I got that from him. I got these headphones from him too. But I'm going to get the Ultrix. I have one for myself, but I'm going to order it directly from GB Linden's store and have it shipped to the person that wins. The next thing will be something that I'm going to buy from another person that everybody knows, Pilot Ryan. Since that new Arrows Hobby Viper Jet came out, I'm gonna buy one of those from his store and have that shipped to somebody that wins it. But that's going to be up to win. As I've said before, I got started in EDFs with 50mm jets, and that's what got me into flying the bigger stuff. So this is a good step and something that I want to help people out with, especially since it's Pilot Ryan and his crew. So I want to put that out. That's on the list. Then the next thing is going to be the thing everybody knows me for, which is the Fiery Booty. That's going to be going up. I'll put one up for the giveaway, and it'll be for whatever plane that person wants it added to. And then the last thing is, it could be multiples depending on how much you come up with, but a China Hobby Line battery or batteries up to a value of $60. So that's what I'm going to do. That's my form of giving back to the community for all the stuff that you guys have done for me over the last year. Actually, the whole time I've been doing this, I've been doing the RC thing for over 35 years, but started with the Facebook thing quite a while ago, and then I started my YouTube channel, I think in 2006, but I've just been posting stuff without really putting much thought behind it until recently. So let's see if I can keep up with the chat. But that's what's going to be going on for the giveaway. So hopefully everybody here will. I see a whole bunch of wrenches. I'm going to have to keep going back, looking to make sure everybody's got wrenches. So Matthew, you're getting a wrench. Oops, you're getting a wrench, my friend. Use it wisely. Not really me. Let's see who that is. David Michael, who are you? Thank you for being here. First timer. Dave's RC looking. Hey, what are you looking at me like that for, huh? I ain't joining your strip club. Thank you for being here, Dave's RC. Very cool to see you. Victor, how you doing, Victor? AZ Desert Jets, howdy, howdy. Dave Whiskey. Okay, that's another thing I want to bring up. I have been totally bombed with orders, and not only that, I got screwed up big time with shipping stuff. I make all of my backed up. Yeah, okay. So John T just brought it up. I was gonna get there, John T. Um, I have I basically got bumped in. Normally it takes me about a week, a couple days for me to get supplies for my stuff. I make everything to order. I don't have a whole bunch of stockpiled stuff where I just pull and put things out. I make everything individually by hand. Um, I do it that way. That's just the way I like to do it. And I like to talk to every person that I have to send an order to also. I don't want it to be like a factory. So no, I don't have a real website, and I don't want to get into that whole fiasco again. But I just go through my Facebook channel. I am working on a website, but it's not going to be to do orders. It's just going to be to get to me. But what I do is I make every order. I make everyone to order. So I have all the stuff that I need. Normally I have it in a day, 2 days, at most a week. I got a 4-week delay. So I'm way behind, but I got a lot caught up today. I'm going to be getting a lot caught up for the next couple of weeks. So all the people that won from the giveaways from the other stuff, Dave Kowalski, Rick and Roy, I don't think Private Landing, Ryan is here, but all you guys are going to get your stuff. I have all your everything printed out. I had 25 boxes laid out today, and those were orders. That's not including the 3 or 4 that are giveaways. And not to mention that each one of those boxes is not just one order. Some of them are multiples. So I've got a lot of stuff going on. Thankfully, COVID has me home. So I'm able to take care of this stuff. But thank you guys for being patient. Like I said, I'm not a factory. I'm not a full-on organization. It's just little old me doing this. And I like to put a little care into every one of them. And every one is done custom. It's not mass produced. If it is mass produced, it's manual labor. I'm doing it. So thanks for your patience. Sorry you had to wait. It's going to be worth it, I promise. And it's going to be good. And everything is pretty much back to normal. I over-ordered on purpose because I didn't want to have to deal with this crap again. So I have stuff that I need, and it'll be good. So nice being swamped, but it's not nice being swamped at the same time. So anyway, it's I appreciate all the help, and that's why I'm doing the giveaway, because I appreciate everything everybody's done. All the word of mouth. I've gotten so many repeat customers, and then people that are sending out referrals, which is huge. And I really appreciate that. And I've been saying it for a while, but I'm going to do something where to help with repeat customers and referrals. I'll come up with something. And yeah, literally handmade. Oh, here, you know what? Let me just show y'all what it is that I'm talking about. This is my little makeshift work area here on the patio. Those are all the boxes of stuff that's going out. That's not all of them. That's just some of them. There's all the stuff that I'm using to work on my supplies. Yeah, and then that's it. There, got rained on a little bit today too, but that's only a small portion of the boxes that I need that I have put together. But that's what's happening. So, been a little busy here, and I am a dad and a husband, so there's stuff that I got to do there too. It's not just doing this. So let me get caught up with the chat. 47 people. Holy crap. Appreciate you guys coming out here. This is cool. So not really me. Tell me about yourself so I can know who you are. I'll give you a wrench, but I got to know who you are. And Nerd Steve. What's up, Nerd Steve? Hamilton's Hangar. How you doing? John T, just let me know when you're ready, my friend. I'll be able to help. So yeah, Dave Kowalski, I got you. It's just taking a little bit. It sucks that I had to wait take so dang long, but it's all coming through. I actually got some more storage room for my stuff, so the likelihood of Gooniac getting some more things has gone up. Because now I got my room. Wife is happy because I don't have planes here in the living room anymore. Moved them out. Nerd Steve, yes, I have been able to fly. I flew on Saturday. The name of the headset, you know what? Let me look and see if I can find it. I got it on GB Linden's page. I think it's in gaming. I hope GB shows up so he can tell you. But if not, I'll look it up. Oh, there's Steve. Okay, I know you, Steve. You are a moderator. Who else? Flaps. I don't make a really easy setup for the 64 millimeter F-16. I can do it. It's just not a real easy way to do it. If that makes sense. We can do it. It's not going to be as bright just because of the lights that I use, but I can do it. All right. So anyway, so yeah, it's been a pretty busy day. Not to mention little bits of drama I've had to deal with because of a certain person. But you know, such is life. I guess when you do something the right way, there's always going to be somebody to try and make it hard on you. But that's actually just made things better for me at the moment. So I'll just hang out in the chat for a little bit. But kind of what I was going to go to, I'm not going to make this stream go on forever today because it's been a long day for me and I know it's late for you guys. Hi, Izzy. It's my kitty. She came by to say hi. Hey, Mama. So yeah, I don't want to make you guys stay forever, but so I guess I could talk about some news since I did get to fly over the weekend, and then I'll talk about some other stuff here in a minute. But I was able to get some flying time at an event this weekend. I'm putting together a video. I'll have it set as a premiere. I'll probably premiere it tomorrow. But I got to fly at an RC event. There's these guys. They call themselves the RC Squadron. They flew in my air show last year. I have an air show every year. I've had it since 2013. No, since 2015. We've had an air show at a full-scale airport. They have an airport day, and they shut down the whole airport for us to fly. And we fly RC, all different aspects of RC, except for drones, because they don't like drones there. But all aspects of RC, from foamies up to helicopters to turbines, large scale, whatever. But it's just to show the partnership between us and the airport and show how RC and how full-scale airports and everything work together. They can work together instead of it being this whole thing where, people are flying illegally, blah, 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 whatever. We wanted to show that RC is a way to get kids into bigger and better things later on in life. A lot of people have become pilots. Actually, a couple of our kids that fly in our airfield, in our air show, are full-scale pilots. But we had, and these guys show up on our air show last year. They're named RC Squadron. They fly turbine Hawker Hunters. I need to find a link for these guys, but and they do a really cool formation demo. And they had their first annual jet fly-in, or whatever they call it, at their field, which is Peg Field in Reedley, California, which is close to Fresno. So I went out there on Saturday. I had been working on some stuff during the week. I had my E-flite F-18. It got a new power system, so I put in the new FMS Platinum, which is a 2100 kV motor with the new rotor and new cone and all that. It looks really good. And because that plane needed a power boost, I flew that. Flew amazing. Flew perfect. A lot more power, mainly for taking off, but it did pick up some speed too. So I got that going. And then let's see. Then I got put that same motor, because my F5 was the first plane that I had that I put the FMS 12 blade fan in. So that one, I've had that for, because Frank was the first one to do it, and then he went passing me up. So I'm like, I have to do this. So I got it the next week. I've had it in that plane since 2017 or 18. I think 2017. I don't remember. But anyway, it's had an FMS setup, and it's been a rocket ship, total rocket ship. 140 mile an hour plane. So I love it so much, but it needed to be upgraded to the new 2100 kV, and I put that in, and I flew it this weekend. I have videos ready to publish here in a little bit, and the thing is crazy fast. It's probably pushing 140, probably 145, 150 now. No joke. That's real. Thing's fast. So we'll see. Not really me. Okay, so not really me. You are getting a wrench. So guys, remember, if you want to be included in this drawing giveaway next week, you have wrenches now. You just got to be here. Be here on Monday next week, exactly today. I'll have one more chance to tell you guys, because Flaps and Ethan RC, they're not going to be here this week for their live stream. So I told them I'd help them out and I'd fill in their spot, and I'll do them proud. I'll have a couple younger pilots on with me, hopefully, be able to talk to them about how they got started in RC and ask them for some tips for people that are getting started, stuff like that. Okay, so let me see. The Fred Barron, what's happening? Steve Gubala, what's happening? So let me see here. I got to look at the chat, keep caught up with you guys. I've been talking a lot. But yeah, I flew at an event over the weekend. It was a lot of fun. No crashes on anyone's part, mine or anyone else. Had a couple rough landings because of the weird weather. Because the wind changes at a certain time of the day, and before it changes, it goes through this weird swirl. So we had these weird landings. Lee Davidson, we're north of the border. Where are you? So guys, that's the thing too with you international guys. If you're willing to help me with shipping, I might be able to get something out to you, but it's really going to be easier for guys in the US. So Dave Call Whiskey, there you go. They cost in the neighborhood of like $35 to $40. So let's see here. I'm checking out the chat, guys. Fastest E-flite ever coming out, huh? Not good. Y'all better not be blocking nobody to stop them from winning. That ain't cool. So checking chat still, so I gotta go back. PACFA update postponed until tomorrow. Okay, Dave, I'll be home. I'll check your stream. All right. So, anybody else got any questions before I go on to the next thing? Because I want to talk about batteries a little bit. You ready? You're welcome for the wrench, my friend. EQ, I got your money order, and you are on the list to be shipped as well. So you're part of that. You're part of that pile outside. Excuse me. Okay, so let's see. Go to better. The heck is that? A bird out there making a lot of noise. So it's just something I wanted to bring up, and it's always something that freaks people out. Um, there's always been this debate about, people wanting to talk about how, oh, you need the highest C, you need, those EDFs need high C lipo. You got to have a high C lipo. You're going to burn up your battery. Blah, blah. I don't go for that. Give me just a second. I got to turn off one of these lights because I feel like I'm burning up here. Hold on. Look at that big old head on the screen. Turn this light off. Not too dark. If you guys don't mind my shiny head, sorry, but it's gonna have to be that way for a little bit. I didn't get the right light set up. So let's go back to the chat because I missed stuff. So yeah, so everybody's always talking about you need to have high C lipos. You need really high C lipos. Must have high C lipos because if you don't, you're gonna burn up your batteries. Blah blah blah. Well, it's the battery doesn't know the difference between. I mean, the system doesn't know the difference between EDF. All it sees is a load. Head moderator. Reginald Prodia. Yes, they are in stock. If you want them, let me see if I have that banner set up. You can check me out. Actually, best thing to do is email me. Email me at this email address. Anybody wanting info on afterburners, if I can't answer it here today, I just typed in the email. Email me there, and I will get to you. Joe Ramsey, howdy. How you doing, Joe Ramsey? My friend, get a wrench. Ann Golden. Who is Ann Golden? Okay, so yeah, so anybody and people always saying how you need high C batteries. You need to have high C batteries. You need to have high C batteries. Well, depends. What matters the most is the actual discharge rate, and there's ways to figure that out. So I'll just use the FMS 70 millimeter F-16 or the E-Flight F-16. I'll use that as an example. That plane has an amp draw in the neighborhood of 55 to 62 amps. So that tells me, because I've got a weird electrical brain, that I need a battery that's if you want a little bit of headroom, a battery that's going to have a continuous discharge rate of at least 55 to 62 amps. I never go that low, but go a little higher. So in this case, my battery of choice for that plane, which is an EDF, was a 6S 30C 4000 pack. Now, what that means, the numbers 60C, okay, 1C means the capacity. So a 4000, 1C for a 4000 is 4000 milliamps or 4 amp hours. The C rating is you take that and multiply it by that. So 4 amp hours, which is 4000 milliamps, multiply that by 30. That gives you 120 amps. I think I even have that battery right here. I've got my batteries here next to me. So the plane will draw probably less than half of that, 55 to 62 amps, but you have a continuous discharge rate of 120 amps. So that does two things for you. It gives you a good amount of capacity, which is 4,000 is pretty good for us for using that small of an amp draw. And then it's a lighter pack because it's lower C. So it's going to be like a trade-off. You're going to have better vertical performance, even though you're not going to have crazy high RPMs. But also with it being 30C, it's going to kind of meter the way that power is distributed. So that way your battery's not going to be overworked, but you're still going to get good flight time. You're still going to get good performance because you're not going with something like this, which is a 70C 4000. This battery weighs significantly more. I don't have one here with me, but this one weighs significantly more than what a 30C will weigh. Yes, it will put out a lot more RPMs. It'll put out a lot more amps. Now here's the downside to that. When amps go up, amps means how much is being pulled out of the battery. So if you have a higher amp draw, that means you're depleting that battery faster. And when you deplete the battery faster, the lower you go, the hotter the thing's going to get. So, as I said, there's trade-offs. Now, I have a 70C pack because I use this in another plane for different things. I use this in a 70 millimeter free wing F-35. I just wanted to see how it would perform with it. But my battery of choice for that plane, here we go again, is a 5000. That's a 6S 30C 5000. Why? Because it's a constant draw. The weight's a little bit lighter. That battery actually weighs less than this one does, but I get more capacity. So like I said, it's a trade-off. It depends on how you want to do it. I like to fly for a long time. I like to make the most of what it is that I do fly when I do fly it. So 30C works for me. And people are like, what batteries are you using? Because you're flying a long time. And then I tell them and they go, what? That's an EDF. You're not supposed to be able to use 30C. You're supposed to be crazy high C. The whole thing is with this. So you take C4000. That's actually 4 amp hours. Then you multiply it by 70. So this one is supposed to have, what is that, 280 amps? And that's a 4000. So if you're actually to do that, look at how long it would take. You'd have, if you were to use that full capacity, that full discharge rate, this battery would be done in a matter of like a minute. The whole point, and which most people don't tell you, the whole point in having the higher discharge rate is to keep the voltage from dropping too low. So this is another weird thing with if you ever noticed on most of these packs, like I'll just use a 3S as an example. 3S will say that it's an 11.1 volt battery. Now, a fully charged 3S battery is actually 12.6 volts, but 3.7 volts per cell is what it's supposed to be at when its nominal voltage as it's being used. So that's a big Hercules coming in. That's the where you should, how do I put it? That's where your battery, your battery is going to be happy. So whenever I do a load test, And there's a Hercules, you're going to hear it. I don't know if you guys can hear that. It's flying over right now. That one's not as low. When you put a load on your battery, you want that battery to be at 3.7 volts per cell or higher, because that's what the battery's meant to be at. So regardless of what the load is, you want it to be there. What are you dropping links to, Victor? And yes, you're right. The 6250 packs, those are only 35C, but they're actually rated at, that's over 200 amps. So even though they're 35C, that's still 218 amps. That's way more than needed. Hey, GB Linda, did you drop that link? Can you drop that link to these things for Dave Kalwiski? He was asking about them, and I don't have a way to quickly get there. And thanks for coming by, GB. 55 people in here, too. Thank you guys all for showing up. But, so anyway, when it comes to the battery stuff, as I was saying, I'm a nerd about this. So I always go off of actual discharge rate. So let's see here. So 6,000, that means it's 6 amp hours. Multiply that times, I don't even have to do the math, that's easy, it's 300. So that tells you right there it's supposed to be 300 amps as the discharge rate. Will I ever get that high? No. But the good part about having a high discharge rate like that is that you can, your voltage drop is lower. When voltage drop is lower, RPMs are higher. You don't have that many amps. That means that you, so that's another way to put it too. When you figure out the actual watts of your system, having higher voltage actually makes your watts go higher, and the amperage being low is good, because when there's less amps, that means that your battery's not going to deplete as fast. It's not going to be working as hard. So that's why whenever I put together a system, I always look at those things. So let's see. Gotta check out the chat because I don't want to go too fast for you guys. Is that making sense to anybody, or am I just kind of rambling? Let's see here. I'm trying to check out the chat, see if I missed anything. But guys, feel free to ask questions if you got any. Let's see, you guys are going crazy on the chat. It's nice. All right, so let me go back and look. Okay, Dave, thanks for coming by. Like I said, I've got your setup going out this week, so I'll get with you and send you the info when it's time. Okay, so anything else here? So guys, as I've said before, I like to choose batteries that kind of meter the way that they use their power, but that doesn't mean that I don't like having high C stuff. I do have some that is. So this is my pack that I use in my F22, or my 90 millimeter F22, or my 90 millimeter F18, or my F15, either one. Actually more. Then there's also a F104, but this is a 65C. These are incredible packs and super cheap in price, not quality. These are pretty light too. Those here, China Hobby Line. And again, I'm going to be one of these batteries up to $60 in value. And if you want to order, as long as it's under $60 or below, you can order a couple batteries for that if you win the drawing for that. This is another set of batteries. GB, if you're in here still, post a link for these from your channel, because from your from your store, because these are awesome packs. These are sweet packs. I flew my E-flite F-18 with these, with that new motor, and I flew for 3 minutes, pretty much almost full throttle the whole time. I still had 3.8 volts per cell, so I could have gone a little bit longer. But GB, post these up if you got them. Post that link because he has those in his store. So John T, you're asking about the Black Series compared to G Plus. G Plus, which I think are these. These are good packs. Only issue is they're heavy, but they are really good. My F-35 screams with these packs. But the downside is they're heavy. So these are pretty light for their size. They're under 800 grams, which is pretty good. I don't know the exact weight, but they're under 800 grams. These are about the same weight. So totally worth it. If you want a little extra capacity, get those. But that's the most important thing to think about. Don't think about the type of plane that's going in. Think about how you're going to fly, and think about the actual load being used. So I'll just give another example. I have 3 planes that have really high amp draw, but only at full throttle. I have an F-15 with a custom setup that I put together, a 13 blade fan, and a big 4082 in-runner, 1600 kV in-runner. At full throttle, it draws about 150 amps. That's peak. It settles down at about 140. But the battery is still happy. The battery is above 3.7 volts per cell. So even though that number's high, the amps are high, the voltage per cell is good. So the watts are through the roof. But there's also something you have to do with that. You have to adjust your flying style. So I only use full throttle for takeoff, climb out, and then I drop the nose, get down to half where it's only drawing about 40 amps. And I can even climb at 40 amps because it's an in-runner, so it's actually making good power. And John T, if you want high speed, you can still get it with low C. It's just if you want high RPMs and maximum RPMs, you go high C. You can still do it with 30C packs. I was doing it with 30C packs and still passing people up. And they're wondering how I was, wondering what pack I was using. And it was because of the combination of weight and it's mainly weight and capacity. So it just depends. And throttle management. The upside to using a low C high capacity battery is that you have that capacity and then you have that reserve capacity. So even if you go flying full throttle for a long time, it's like it's metering the amount of power that it's giving out. So it's not going to drain the pack crazy fast, but it's still going to give you power. So there we go. Love RC, thanks for posting that. Let me go back and read the chat. Yeah, telemetry is cool. I just don't. I'm the kind that will. I like to do some of the data before. I don't rely too much on telemetry, but hey, if it works for you, do it. I'm one of the weird ones that listens to the motor too. I can tell when the battery's starting to go. And just as Mike Heller said, throttle management and momentum. That's a big thing. Once you get the inertia built up, hold it. That's one thing people don't do. And Joe Habib, thanks. I'll see you later. One thing people don't realize is that with the jet, you have to let it pick up momentum regardless of how powerful it is. So all my jets have thrust to weight ratio of over 1-to-1, with the exception of maybe the F-18. It's pretty close right now. But you can't just take off and point the nose up and expect it to perform really well just because of all that extra thrust. And Sean Gall, thanks. I'll see you too. You've got to let it pick up a little speed before you point the nose up. And then once you do, you've got to make sure to constantly keep that energy managed. So with me, I do a lot of, I'll take off. Depends on the plane. Some of them I'll climb out pretty hard. Or usually what I'll do is I'll stay in ground effect as long as I can, and then shoot up and do an unrestricted type climb. And then once I get to the top, throttle back, nose down, and try to keep the momentum going. And that's how I'm able to get a plane that has 150 amp draw on a 5,000 to get 4 minutes flight time. Because I'll take off and I'll blast up to a good altitude, and then hold the power back a little bit, and just use momentum. EQ, thanks for hanging out. So anyway, guys, with the that's the way I do it. So the most important thing, figure out what your amp draw is going to be, and then adjust accordingly. You don't need to have a high C pack. Doesn't hurt to have one. But if you're going to use excessive weight and just have it be dead weight instead of using it in capacity, it's not really worth it. Yeah, see, John T, that's good. On 4S, that's really good. Now, the most important thing is at half throttle, how much power does that, how much pull does it make? Because that's where you're spending most of your time. You're not going to blast around at full throttle. So that's why my setups work as well as they do, because I mean, get a 40 amp draw with still enough power to climb at half throttle. So even when I slow down, if I've got the nose down, the plane's still going to be picking up speed. So I have a friend over in, is it Norway, that has the Roban. I don't know if he's flown it yet. The A10, he likes it. Got a killer deal on it. I have no room for it. I couldn't do it. Thank you, GB. Yeah, guys, check that out. That link is to these batteries here. I think it's a 2-pack. That link that GB just posted, that's for these. Yeah, John T, you've got it figured out. You did it right. That's the way to do it. It's exactly how I do it. There's nothing wrong with using high C packs. The only issue I have with them is that they're heavier and they tend to use more power. I mean, they deplete the battery faster. You know, with EDFs, everybody's talking about how short of a flight time they have. So, yeah. So cool. I don't want to make it go too long, guys. You've already been going for almost an hour, and I think that's probably good. It's pretty late over wherever you guys are. Yeah, thank you, GB. Because I haven't gotten any of these from you yet, but I plan on it if I need some more. Because the FMS version of the SU-30, which is an SU-27, and I'll need more packs. So when that comes, I'm going to get them from you. So again, guys, before we sign off here, got a couple things I wanted to bring up. Let me post that in there. If you got any more questions, go ahead and say it. Okay, so talked about that. Now, since I'm known for the fiery booty, I wanted to make sure that you guys know there's only one place to get it. This is part of the reason for my headache today, but just so you guys know, there's only one place you can get those. That's at this website that I posted right there. And it's not even a website. It's the my Facebook fan page. If you guys want, have any questions about afterburners, you want to get them. John T, yes, I'll do that. If anything, I'll post this again and tell people to look. But if you guys want to get a fiery booty, those are the places you can get it. At my Facebook page, you can message me there, and I usually get back to people pretty quick. Nerd Steve, yes, I'm flying this weekend. I'll be there on Sunday, all day long. So that's where you can get them, from my Facebook page. I'll message you there, or you can send me an email to that webpage right there. I mean, that webpage, to that email address right there, and I'll get back to you too. Okay, Matt, look, if I missed it, I apologize. I'll get to you. And yeah, GB has one of the fiery booties in his F-35. I've got them in all my planes. I test them in all my planes. What's up, Jermaine? How you doing? Mr. Joe Ramsey, thank you for coming by. Much appreciated. Yeah, I'm going to get there early. I'm not going to say how early, but yeah, early. And I'm going to be there all day long. But that's for the fiery booty info. That's where you get it. Send me an email or check the website. There is I hate to have to keep saying it, but somebody's used my name to redirect to their page, which is ridiculous, but they've done that. So I just have to make sure people know this is the only place to get it. I don't want people thinking that they're getting my stuff, but they're not. So go there. And then also, one more time, if you guys are wanting to get into the drawing for my giveaway, there you go. That's the info you need right there. Most people here have a wrench already, so you guys are all good to go. Most important thing is you need to be there. Be there on the 25th for the drawing. I'm going to try to make it a short show, but be there for the drawing. Be present. Only exception are younger school age kids that have to be be ready for school the next day or something, because on the East Coast, because I know it's going to be later there. But yeah, get a wrench. Be present the day of the drawing, and be a U.S. resident. I can make some exceptions. You guys work with me, but I prefer. It makes it really easy if you're a U.S. resident. So I'll go over what we're going to be giving away. The UMX Ultrix from E-Flight. That's one. The next one is and I'm getting that from GB Linden's Amazon store. Same time as the usual stream, Madhouse. It starts at 7:15, so just be there, and then I'll start the drawing whenever. But after 7:15 Pacific time, so that's going to be 10:15 Eastern. I'm a bad rash. Who's Furball? Let's see. So we said the arrows. So I got the Ultrix that I'm getting from GB Store. The next one is from Pilot Ryan's link on Hobby Zone. I'll be getting the Arrows RC 50mm Viper. I'm going to get one for myself too, but I'm going to give one away. The next thing is going to be the signature fiery booty for whatever plane the winner chooses they want it to be put on. I'll put one of those in there too. And then a China Hobby Line battery up to $60 in value. So that could be one battery. Actually, I think these. That's right. Still, So either one battery, small stuff, as long as it's under $60, or up to. I guess I should have put that in the banners there too. Also, I'm going to be filling in for Ethan RC this Wednesday before GV's show. So I'll do a little quick stream with a couple of the younger kids that I fly with. Who, I'm going to ask to talk about what it is they did to get started. Things that'll help out some of the newbies, people that are new to the hobby. And Mike Keller, I know for a fact that it will hold, that it will do 4S just fine. There's already video of it. But that power system is 4S, so it's going to be good. Anyway, guys, I think I'm going to wrap it up here. I've been blabbing for an hour. And thanks for hanging out, Mike Keller. All you guys in here, all you guys in here, you guys are entered already because you guys all got wrenches. Pilot Ryan, you can't win your own stuff, but let's see if you win some. But yes, all you guys are good to go. I think that's it for this week. Keep it short and sweet. Don't need to go 3 hours like we had all the other times. But I think that's it. Anybody else got questions before we get going? Let me see what's going on here. Thank you, Nerd Steve. Thanks for being here, John T. Thanks for all you guys for hanging out. And yeah, that's another thing. GB, I'm going to get that. I think you have RF9. Somebody does. I got to get it from you guys. Thank you, Jerry Wolfong, but I plan on getting real flight so I can hang out and do formation or shoot people, one or the other. All right, guys, that's going to be it. Thanks for hanging out. Let me work on that video for from the weekend. But if you have questions for me, Gooniac33, I'll type it in. Gooniac33 at gmail.com. That's my email. That's it. Good night, everybody. Keep it classy. Hey, who's that? John Parks. Thanks for the info on battery. John Parks, you just barely made it in. You've got a wrench now too, my friend. So again, that's the email. That's it. Have a good night, everybody.